Everybody knows why, when I have my glasses off, that means I'm serious. You know, think of this. Think of a thing that you can think of, and have someone take it away so they can put their mind into your brain to understand that you can't do what you want to do. I'm talking about Nintendo once more. Still going after Power World. As the many times I said, they're not the same. They flat out refuse that they're wrong and that Pocket Pair is wrong. So, why would you think I'm just stunned of how far Nintendo is going for. They're going for an innocent company that tried to do something new that a greedy company wants to take away. They're trying to take down Power World. I played Power World. Buddy, I bought merch. It's right there where my finger's pointing. Why would you do something like that, Nintendo? I am tired of seeing freaking things on Google saying, oh, Nintendo's trying to take down Power World. Nintendo's literally going class lawsuit mode. What is going on? Nobody wants this. People don't want companies after each other. They don't want studios after each other. Nobody wants that. Pokemon and Power World are fucking two different games. One, you don't have adventure. You just have a quest. The other one, you have so much adventure you can build whatever you freaking want, and you got guns. That's the most American thing that I've seen. But now, let me put this in an easier way for all these other people that don't understand between realism and two words. Let me put it in two words. Life threats. That is pretty much what Nintendo's going towards. Threatening lots of people for their imaginations. I grew my imagination through a depression, and without that imagination, I will lose myself. If someone takes that away from me, you're not going to see me anymore, because that's the only thing that's keeping me alive through my great depression I had when I was younger. I created this entire world that has one meaning: never-ending adventures, never-ending fun. It reminded me to be happy again. It reminded me to stay happy. But seeing what Nintendo's doing is making me unhappy. And it's not fun, because I might make a game and you don't know if Nintendo is going to go after it because I have the same moveset that one of the characters they have on a game that was 100 years ago. Oh, it has the same moveset as one of my characters. And then they just go full out blast sue me. Like, why? Well, that's the same thing with Pocket Pair. They're like, why would you sue us through a moveset? That's the smallest things that Nintendo are going. Think of it. Think of life. You have imagination, you got everything, and all of a sudden, you have someone controlling it. Think of that. History. The 18th century. King Louis, or I don't think it's King Louis. I think it's King George something. Tried to take over the U.S. Our nation today. Our nation that is today, but thousands of years ago. 2,000 years, 3 maybe, I don't know. Think of that. Imagine that, but it's a gaming company. Trying to take some person that is trying their best to live what they had with a smaller team that had a great time for a big company that has employees that are tired of its bullshit. I am not happy with the stupid stuff that has been happening. I know what kind of goes on. I'm in a PSA class. Lawsuits are different than I thought, but it makes no sense. You can't just patent a moveset. It's like you're patting down someone's life away. Their imagination, something that they created out of their whole hands, and can't go back because they finished what they started. And now they're just keeping it going. I do fear Pocket Pair, and I wish him the best luck. Because I know I love Power World. That game is perfect. The monsters are good. The Pow Spheres, it's nice. It's like Ark, but it's Pokemon version. That's what makes things unique. Is we didn't have a Pokemon game with guns. Nintendo don't want that. Well, Pocket Pair did, and that's something that the people who buy games, wanted. I wanted something totally different than playing Pokemon, because I'm not a fan of Pokemon, but when I played Power World, that shit got me out of a mind loop of playing 400 damn games at the same time. One game out of all games. It's a survival game, not an adventure game. It's a survival adventure. They're both together, but the two games that people are fighting, that two companies are fighting over, are not the same. I don't know why people don't look at this video and say, maybe no, he's right. Both the games aren't the same. One has crazy, wacky survival. The other one's just go to a quest and then finish the game. Infinite survival worlds are something that I like. Think of Minecraft. Thank God. And I like that. Think of a game that doesn't have that stuff. It's good, but the actions are limited, where you can't pull out a 1911 and just shoot a monster like you do in like Call of Duty. I'm playing a bunch of different games, and I have been uploading a bunch of the same games with my characters' voices. Sorry, big yawn. And if you think about it, what are these people doing? They're making games. They're trying their best to sustain their company so they don't get shut down. And they're just trying to have people have good experiments. And if the people see bugs and stuff, they will fix it. They will make it better, or they will add something new that the people want. Nintendo says, this finger to everybody that wants to have something new. Because I think it's time for someone in Nintendo to get their minds changed so they can go better with people and stop being a greedy company. Greedy companies lose at the end. That's what I heard somewhere. But if you think of it, I never got hit by acid because I never created a game. I never got hit by acid because I haven't created music before. What I create is drawings. And just to get sued like Nintendo because I drew a Pokemon and I uploaded it to the internet for everyone to see of how good and detailed it is, then that's something that their issues. It's not my issue. I just drew it. I was inspired by them. But being inspired with Nintendo, you get a lawsuit quicker. I go back and watch Moist Critical's videos of when Nintendo sued someone by admiring the game because it looked so cool. That shows how bad it's like when you admire a game. You admire the person back that's saying, thanks, this game is still work in progress, but thank you for the thumbs up. Or if like you play the game or you watch the trailer, it's like, ooh, this game looks fun. It looks cool. Let's see how to. Aw, it's nice. And then the company says back, good. Thank you. Just tell us any feedbacks if anything's wrong. Nintendo says is lawsuit on one of their games. I'm like, no. That's not how people work. That when you disrespect your customers, you get disrespect back. It's karma. Karma is a thing. And I don't think Nintendo is understanding what karma is. So I think Nintendo is going to get karma by having someone lose their imagination. I don't like that. You see, taking someone's imagination is something that really grinds my gears, and it makes me think, what does people want? You can't have control of games that have been already published in their DLCs because all is either finished or abandoned. I don't want to see Power World abandoned. It's a good game. I want games to be happy in having a good ending as being done or continuously being updated like Minecraft. But when you have like that shit happening, that's like, if you think of it, it's not really right, because I know that somewhere someone in Nintendo is gonna be like, this is wrong. Why the hell would you do such a thing, Nintendo? The CEO of Nintendo, like, if you think of it, it's like destroying someone's imagination because they didn't like the games you made that the people didn't want. You know that. I'm so sorry. I'm going through a mental issue. I'm not really a mental issue right now. I'm going through a tearing up thing right now because I'm just seeing people fight over the stupidest things. Just makes me think that, why the hell are we doing this? I can tell you now, Nintendo is something else. Nintendo is more than just a greedy company. They're just trying to. It's like it feels like if you get lawsuits by Microsoft versus Nintendo, Microsoft will win because Microsoft is bigger than. Microsoft made the Xbox. Sony made the PS5. Nintendo made the Nintendo. But if you think of it, Nintendo is just naming itself after everything. And it's like, it's getting tiring, and I don't want to see another picture of Nintendo going after Power World, because if I swear, Power World is the better game, and I can't take the shit that happens. You gotta think. They're not the same, okay? One's on PlayStation and Xbox. The other is just on its own. Pocket Pair went out and put it on the Xbox and the PlayStation, so everybody, and the computer, so everybody can play. And Nintendo wants to take it down because it has the same moveset as Nintendo's. Do you think patting down a moveset is a good idea? No. It's just taking away the imagination of how someone works. It don't matter what it is, it's just not right. And with my glasses off, I'm serious as hell. This is not fun. I don't want this to be like this, but if you just think of it, Nintendo is in the wrong, because you see how many games, how many emulators, how many stuff that Nintendo is shoving down people's throats so they can't see it anymore. Every day I see Nintendo does this, Nintendo does that, Nintendo does this. Everything is negative, and I know, and I'm part of that negative because I know, like, when Animal Crossing New Horizon came out, I'm like, this was a fun game. After today, it's like, it's not even fun anymore. It's like they stopped updating the shit, and it's like, I know the company who made Animal Crossing is completely just Nintendo behind those strings, and it's like Nintendo doesn't. I know Nintendo doesn't listen because I know the hell they don't. Just to know, I'm not trying to bring anyone down. I'm just trying to tell the truth of like, seriously, like, calm down, Nintendo. You don't have to go after every single person and start ruining everybody's life. It's not like it's not that personal. We're just trying to tell you what you did wrong, and all of a sudden you just come after us like we're freaking the next Tuesday, Sunday show. Like, we're not like that, Nintendo. We're just trying to tell you what you're doing wrong, and you come at us like we're 2-year-olds that don't know any goddamn thing. We're not like that. And if you understand, this is where the warning comes in for me. You can't just go on ruining people's lives like it's the dang New Year's Eve. It's not. And if you really think that I deserve to get smacked with an allegation of misinformation, then go ahead. You're suing a kid, Nintendo. What are you doing? You're going all out to sue a kid? That's going to be the next headliner. Nintendo sues a kid for talking the truth. I know when Nintendo is lying because we've seen it in the past where Nintendo doesn't give a shit about anyone. And just to know, it's not gonna get any better. I hope Nintendo gets this video as a lesson saying, you need to stop. You really need to stop, Nintendo. Like, this is the message for Nintendo, if Nintendo does listen to people. Or if anyone that watches my videos, just understand that we don't like to be bossed around. People are people. We'll listen to a few of your commands, but when you go full out, just shove lawsuits into people's faces until they run out of money and then you get richer. I tell you now, it's already a sad ending. Because the last thing Nintendo's hurting, instead of hurting Power, they're hurting their own customers. By not having anything new. Showing remasters, showing remixes, showing new things. Do you think that people want remasters of old games? No. This is good. This is something new. Ooh, you can't just... Power World is something new. Pokemon's not. You're shoving Pokemon and you're adding more Pokemons. I know a lot of people love Pokemon, but when you're shoving the same thing, you start losing more and more of the fans. This is gaining more and more fans, while Pokemon losing more and more fans. That's my simplest point. That you're hurting the customer by making things worse and putting lawsuits out. Nintendo, Power World, Pocket Pair has been doing very well because people are really good. And I'm so happy for them. I'm not a game developer myself, but I'm an artist and a content creator that tries to make content when the time is available. It's just Nintendo is just an attention seeker. And I'm glad that people may be aware if Power World was going to have some issues, if Nintendo starts looking into the game because it got popular. Nintendo did look into it, and then they just start going crazy after a couple years or a couple months after they found out they had something that Pokemon had. That makes no sense. So I know Nintendo, they're just waiting for the right moment to say that they won, but no. In reality, they just lost and hit down the nuclear bomb button, saying that they failed. Because sooner or later, Nintendo. You see, Super Mario was their stronghold. Sonic, I think, was their stronghold. Fighting games or anime was their stronghold. But now their downfall is throwing lawsuits at people. And that was their biggest mistake. Their first lawsuit. Big mistake. Everybody knows not to do that. You put a lawsuit, you're pretty much the loser. And your opponent is the winner because they are calmer than you. How do I know? Thank God we have Moist Critical. Because I watch his videos and I'm happy to watch his videos. But I'm gonna give you my 22 minutes of lore there, but you know, when you see your imagination grows, someone always wants to try to get rid of it. But I can tell you now, no one can. You can't put a price. You can put a price on a game, but you can't put a price on your imagination. That's what Pocket Pair did. They put their imagination first and their pricing last. Because they wanted people to have fun. And they're not greedy. Nintendo put pricing over imagination. And that shows you a lot between the two. Don't forget to subscribe to me. Hit that like button. And I'll see you guys next time. Stay frosty. Peace out.